collaboration with APSHI, organized by K.B.N College. Today we have a very special session lined up featuring an essential expert in the field of electronics and telecommunication engineering. It is privileged to introduce our distinguished guest, Professor Y. Srinivasa Garu, Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, Dr. Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, Mumbai, with vast experience in electronics and telecommunication engineering field. Dr. Y. Srinivasa has awarded PhD from IIT Bombay and has a work experience of more than 10 years in the industry. He has been in the teaching profession for over 30 plus years, of which he has been associated with Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's Sardar Patel College of Engineering and subsequently Sardar Patel Institute of Technology for more than 20 years. He has served as the head of the department several times and currently the vice principal as well as dean of R&D at Sardar Patel Institute of Technology. Sir has also guest faculty for various institutes. The lecture topics cover robotics, embedded systems design, real-time systems, digital signal processing, DSP, applications, and many more. He has also developed IDE systems for short-term training programs. He has been awarded by the IEEE Computer Society, Washington, D.C., USA, at the International Design Competition, CSIDC 2002, for the project Swift Dock. His research work ranges from load emulations using power electronic converters, designing real-time systems and operating systems, development for various applications, signal processing to abandoned systems, VLSI design, power electronics, etc. He has submitted 7 patents, also a consultant and corporate trainers to companies like Radia Solar Limited, Car Routes Technologies Limited and L&T. He is the director of Reddy's Go-Green Technologies Private Limited, which is currently incubated at Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, Mumbai. For these words, today I would like to invite Professor Y. Srinivasa Garu. Please come on to the dais for the session Advances Product Development and Engineering Security. Sir, please come on to the dais.
Good morning. It's an honor. I'm here. I'm invited. Your institute is started when even we are not born. 1960s institute. I'm also belongs to Bharati Vidya Bhavans, which is started in 1938, before independence, by Munshi Ji, Sardar Patel, Mahatma Gandhi, pre-independence. And we have 400 institutes, schools and colleges. One engineering college, Sardar Patel Institute of Technology in Mumbai. So Sardar Patel College started when IIT Bombay has started, 1960s. So that's the coincidence of 60s. I born in 60s, IIT 1960s, SPC, and your institutes. Good. Great. So let me congratulate you for this international conference. We have very good speakers. The beauty of this conference is three areas: physics, chemistry, electronics. It is all about science. Of course, mathematics by default, the moment if you say research, mathematics has to be there. It starts with mathematics. But otherwise, no. First time I am happy to see that along with physics, chemistry, maths, electronics is added. It's very, very important to know that it took almost 75 years for India to start a semiconductor manufacturing facility. First time it is going to happen in 1 or 2 years of time. So can you imagine, 75 years it took after independence. We do not have a single fab lab in India, but very soon we will have multiple facilities. So at least 3 are already in the pipeline, few more will be there. So I would say it is our time, particularly technology, manufacturing, products is our time. So that's why, though I may be slightly odd in this audience because I belong to engineering background, but even then, let me try to emphasize about my area along with your area. So it is all about, as I said, product development, and I mentioned 4 P's in the bracket: project, product, publications, and patents. It's part of every student. I'm sure doing a project is mandatory, and being an autonomous institute, I'm sure you are also having some internship program. There are some expected outcomes. But the problem is, When we were students, we do not had any internet technology. We do not have internet. Computer was not there. Internet was not there. Getting the information itself was a challenge. So project means collection of the information. Any PhD student, any researcher, when they are doing research, 50% of the efforts goes in literature survey, collection of the information. People have to travel Hyderabad, Madras, Mumbai, just to collect the information. Because the internet was not there, undoubtedly, but even the kind of reference books were very rarely available. Some central lab facilities like IITs, NITs, or some central funded universities. So making a report itself is half done research those days. But today you are so fortunate, remote places of this country also, even if you go to the northeast also, remote places, forests, wherever you go, internet facility is available. So what is so great? Collecting the information in just one mouse click on one tip of your mobile phone. Whatever is the information you want, it is available. Isn't it? Now nobody will appreciate, no, I have gathered this information, it's already there. The other part is that it's not about Google search. Earlier research means Google search. Few years back, at least 2 years back. But now, last 2 years, what is happening? People are not even using Google search. People are using ChatGPT and other AI search engines. At least in Google search, you need to have some filters and all, no, to find out what you want to have. But in ChatGPT, even that much efforts is also not required, because it is so intelligent, so the architecture is so nicely built, so many parameters it has considered. The computational power of the ChatGPT is I would say, more than a supercomputer. Huge data centers are connected to build one system. Okay. Now, what is great in, I'm sure you must be, just type one thing, the paper is ready, report is ready, everything is ready. Now, who will appreciate that I have gathered the information, I made a report? I'm talking about your generation. So that's why I said projects are become meaningless. Report writing has become meaningless. They are already available on the public domain. Now what is called generative AI. Means AI is so smart that it is generating the contents. Because finally it is alphabets A to Z. See, for us, constructing one English sentence, we used to sweat. Right? Passing English exam, 35 marks, getting 35 exams in English is a horrible thing. Passing Hindi, scoring 35 marks is horrible thing for our generations. But now what is great in that? No, nobody will appreciate writing all this. It is already available online. Translators are available. Now you don't need even a translator also. Any language if you want to convert, you don't need any translator. I'm sorry, AI is already doing these things. So that's why I said the kind of work which was so great in the past is no more significant today for your generation. Nobody will appreciate if you have done some project by copying the things from the websites and making the reports. Nobody will appreciate it. AI is so powerful and day by day they are making even much better. It is growing, the knowledge is growing, database is growing. So that's why I don't appreciate the first P called project. So let us take the second P called products. So last few years I am into product, since I am also a manufacturer. I manufacture IoT kits. And I am also representing one central government lab called IDEA Lab, AICT Lab. The purpose of the lab is students are supposed to convert their ideas into products. And Government of India is giving 10 lakhs if your idea is selected. Just type PRAYAS, Prayas. At national level, 50 centers, 50 plus more than 50 centers are there where if you apply, if it is selected, your idea, they give you up to 10 lakhs. It is a grant, no need to return it. Just an idea, no need to implement. For idea, they are giving 10 lakhs. And now once you get the 10 lakhs, convert your idea into product. So please understand, now entire country, whole world is looking for products, not the projects. The third P is publications. I am sure you are a NAT A++ graded institute. I understand what you mean by A++. A++ is not so easy unless you have a research background at the institute, isn't it? And you are 4 times accredited means I am sure you are one of the topmost institute at the national level. So that means whenever some committee comes to your institute, they have minimum expectations. Oh, you are A++ graded institute. That means the research, the publications, by default, they has to be there. And next time, it should be delta T added. Growth should not be constant. What is expected is, every time some incremental growth has to be there. Okay. But what I am saying is, now country is changing. If you say, I'm sure, now in this conference also you have some publishers, no? Some researchers are publishing their papers. But I am telling you, after my understanding from Government of India also, NAC committees also, now people are not appreciating the publications. The reason is, what is publications? Right? Already told you, information is already available. You do research for 2 years, 3 years and publish a paper. What is the use of that paper, right? You do research, and your research you write some 4 or 5 pages of paper. What is the use of that paper when it is not useful to you, your society and your country? What is the use? You only get a degree, but nobody is benefiting. Who is benefiting? Some other country is benefiting. They are reading your papers and making the products and you are buying them. It is your research, you have published, but they are making the products. Then what is the use of the publications when you are not benefiting any financial benefit or in terms of other societal benefits, monetary benefits, nothing, then why are you publishing the papers? So something we have done miserably wrong. Right? Government of India, all these institutes for years, they have promoted only publish the papers. Something we went wrong. So now UGC, AICT, all of them are saying go for patents. And there is a very recently, the Government of India has sent a circular. Even patent fees also government will pay. The patent fees is hardly 1800 rupees, but even that fees also, Chanakya I think, no, some scheme is there, UGC. They will pay, but you apply for patent. So what is the difference, that last P, patent, publication and patent? So initial my 3-4 slides is about that. Why we should shift from projects to products, publications to patents. Alright, so that's the background of why I am here, because we most of the time talks about the publications, but however we need to change to patents. Alright, so the another worrisome is that I am sure you are talking about the smart materials. The beauty of smart materials, I will tell you. If you ask any software company CEO, right, Elon Musk or no, Amazon, you are the Microsoft ex-chairman, you ask any of these people, everybody says that software jobs won't be there in future. India last 20 years is having only software IT companies are doing good. No other sector is doing good except software. Agree. But that is going to be a problem in future. In future, no software engineers exist. It's a problem. What is the problem? 90% of the jobs in software sector, do you know what? What do they do? 90% of the jobs, what do they do? What kind of jobs they are doing? 90%? They are converting English statements into a programming language. I will give some statements. Do this. Okay. I will give some statements. I write some small algorithm. I hope you can understand what is the algorithm. Steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should do this. Then what is the software engineer's job? Convert into a program. That means an engineer should understand a syntax. I'm sure you all know C, C++, something programming language, you understand. So engineer's job is converting English statements into syntax. For years, 30, 40 years, they are the major jobs. Now this AI is doing the same job. I'm sure you must be using ChatGPT to create a code. Whatever is the code you want to, put your algorithm, 3, 4 English statements, it will generate the code for you. Then why do you require an engineer to write the code, to write the syntax? This is not my statement. I interacted with Barclays, all these CEOs during some of our internal meetings. They're also saying that no more these jobs exist. So this is a really worrisome what happens to even to the software sector. So please understand, artificial intelligence is going to replace so many things. Which are the things which are going to replace? Repetitive tasks, routine decision making. You know, right? You might have heard that even in a company, if I want to appoint somebody, if I want to give some increment, if I want to remove something, computer is taking decision, not the HR. Computers are taking decision whom to keep, whom to fire. So decision making, routine decision making is also done by AI. Predictable processes, right? A regular predictable processes in the industry is taken care by artificial intelligence. Analyzing the data, of course, the purpose of artificial intelligence means analyze the data. Without database, there is no artificial intelligence. And then simple type, like I already said, simple type of communication. Nowadays, right, in my life, I have only one strong weak point. I am a good orator, I'm a corporate trainer, I have so many good things, but one weakness. The weakness is my English is not convent English. I studied pure Telugu medium up to 12th standard. I studied here only, near typical government schools. Okay, so I have that thing in my mind that probably when I write some proposals, right, some government proposals, and then I thought that my language is not that too professional. I have that feeling. Even when I done my PhD at IIT Bombay, once I write the papers, when I write the thesis, we used to give it to some communication teacher. Madam, can you please go through our profile reading? Can you replace some goods wherever you feel the statements is not good? So we used to do that. That's why in my life I never applied to vice chancellors or chancellor's post, because vice chancellor means they are supposed to write big proposals. So I thought this is I'm weak in that. But believe me, last 1 year, I am writing such a beautiful proposals. Even my emails also so fluent, pleasant, because I am using ChatGPT. So my weakness is gone. I am powerful now. I started thinking, should I apply for vice chancellor? I do not have any weakness, I am telling you, because in ChatGPT, first I write what I want to. I put my whole paragraph into the ChatGPT and I will ask you simple 2-3 things. Please convert into a teacher's language. Please convert into a student's language. Like that. Simple commands if you give it. Such a nice reports it will generate. And then I will edit. It is so polite that sometimes it's a kind and what kind? No kind. Remove that. Then I put whatever I like. Understood? So that's what even communication is also done by artificial intelligence. But why ChatGPT? Now Chinese have started their own version of DeepSeek. India is also, Reliance people are also investing. So many AI machines are going to come free of cost. So now we need to understand, we need to worry what kind of jobs will be there, what kind of jobs won't be there. Understood? That means you need to upskill yourself so that at least you are still significant in the market. All right, so that's the important thing. Please understand, the beauty of your conference itself is you are talking about the smart materials. So these are the domains where there is no question of AI is replacing. AI won't replace, no. So which are the sectors where AI is not going to affect at all in future? Nothing will happen. Particularly energy sector, materials. So I have listed 3-4 sectors. There jobs, enough jobs will be there, lifelong jobs will be there. AI is not going to replace. So one of them is, you all understand, power generation. Today, the amount of power India is consuming around 1,463 trillion kilowatts per hour. As on today, the amount of energy we are consuming, but it is still nothing as compared to USA and other developed countries. And if you see the USA, how much per capita consumption? In India, we are consuming only 1 kilowatt per person. However, USA people, US citizen is consuming 73 times than what we are consuming. Such a small country, population wise, area wise it is larger, but still 73 times they are consuming. That means, imagine in future, if we start our semiconductor manufacturing companies, 3-4 are already in pipeline. Do you understand, one semiconductor company requires how much power? Equivalent to one state. Are you getting? Melting the silicon, making the silicon wafers and fabricating that nano, right? Today what is the size of the transistor which are talking? Nano, right? Not micro, nano centimeters. So that kind of a fabrication when you are talking, the amount of power required is equivalent to one state. Today we do not have electricity for even normal things. If that kind of industrialization happens, imagine how much power is required. Then only semiconductor companies will come to India. Understood why semiconductor companies are not started in India? Because infrastructure is required. Second highest consumption is because of the data centers. I hope you can understand, artificial intelligence, all these data centers, whatever we are talking, Netflix, Amazon Prime, or the Phone Pay, Google Pay, all of them are huge data centers. The amount of power required to one data center is equivalent to maybe at least Vijayawada, some area power, one data center requires. Because that kind of a cooling system is required, air conditioning is required, 3-tier security is required. Power should not fail in any case. Even if there is an earthquake, power should not fail for data center. That kind of features are required. So please understand, you need to come up these kind of solutions in power sector. So naturally AI is not going to replace these things. But there is one worrisome here. How the power is generated, being a science student, you need to understand, right? What are the types of generating the power? You understand? 50% of the power is generated by burning the coal. In India, 50% of the, last 15 years I am talking the same topic. Even today also, 50% of the electricity is generated by burning the coal. Please understand this. Means how much pollution, manaki already Vijayawada దగ్గరలోనే ఉంది, huge amount of thermal station. The amount of pollution we are generating. It's a thermal, right? We are burning the coal. So no semiconductor companies, no huge data centers like the ChatGPT. Even then, we are consuming around 1.4 trillion kilowatt. Now, if they come, imagine how much power. Like a USA, that much power is required. From where will you generate? If you burn the coal, then imagine what will be your health condition. Already it's all polluted. And the funny part of it is, we think that using electrical vehicle is reducing the pollution. It's a joke. Why it's a joke? Electricity is required to charge the battery. Where the electricity is coming from? By burning the coal. So either you burn the fuel or burn the coal, one and the same. What is the purpose of electrical vehicle? It should charge from solar. If that happens, then you say by using electrical vehicle you have saved something, but not by charging from the 230 volts supply what you are getting from the grid. Understood? But that is not happening in India. We are still using conventional supply for charging the batteries. So please understand, let's not, our renewable energy is still 16% only. That solar, windmills, PV is still only 16%. That means 84% is still coming from the conventional, either diesel or the coal, by burning the coal and so on. Alright. So in the conclusion, I would like to say one thing. Physics has greatly contributed in energy saving. There's a beautiful one invention happened in 1990s. Right? Japanese scientists have invented one light called blue light. Till 1990s, there was no blue light. Only red, green, yellow, those things are there. Blue was not there. So these Japanese, Isamu, Hiroshi and Shuji, they have got Nobel Prize in 2014, I believe. They have invented blue light. And in 1995, now RGB is completed, white LED came in 1995. So look at the greatness. Invention happened in physics, but it has saved a huge amount of power by having a LED bulb, LED light. Otherwise, last 150 years, we are using the filament-based bulbs. Do you understand what is the filament-based bulb? The amount of power you are using, 40 to 50% of the power is converted into heat, not light. However, in a LED light emitting diode, about 95% of the energy is converted into light, not the heat. And the light and the life of the filament and the life of the LED, if you see, I hope you can understand. LED can work even 10 years, 20 years, as long as you maintain their thermal conditions. Semiconductor won't deteriorate, no? What is the life of a semiconductor material? It won't deteriorate immediately. 10, 15 years it will be there. For example, what is the life of your pen drive? Have you ever read, have you ever bothered to see any semiconductor device? What is the life? As long as you live, your pen drive will work. 40 years, 50 years. However, a pen drive can be damaged in a fraction of a second. A LED can be damaged in a fraction of a second if the electrical characteristics are not maintained. Sufficient amount of current is not given. Then it may damage. Right? You have seen, your computers are crashing, hard disks are crashing. It happens if you are not maintaining the electrical characteristics. Anyhow, so that's the beauty of, this conference itself. You are talking about the materials. So you also have to think in terms of power sector. Which are the materials which will contribute in energy saving? Now imagine 40% energy earlier wasted. Because of LED invention, 40% energy is saved worldwide, entire world. How much carbon footprints you have saved? Imagine, by just one LED invention. That's the beauty of physics invention by these Japanese scientists. Another material, though it's not my area, but since it's a combination of electronics as well as the chemistry, physics. So other area is, in the material point of view, is the battery technology. Last 150 years, we do not have a battery which can be saved. Right? We had a lot of issues, that lead acid and all those problems. So that's why we never had electrical vehicles, popular electrical vehicles. But last 3-4 years, you have seen your laptops, you have seen your mobile phones. Similarly, your two-wheelers and four-wheelers, where once you charge it, up to 400 kilometers, you don't need to recharge. And lightweight, your mobile is so lightweight, your laptop is so lightweight, which you cannot thought in the past when it was a lead acid. Can you lift a lead acid? You cannot lift it. But the amount of power you are carrying in your four-wheeler, 400 kilometers charge you are carrying in a vehicle. Understood? That's only and only because of the lithium ion contribution, not the lead acid. But interestingly, if you see where the lithium ion is produced, where it is processed, definitely not in India. In India, we do not have lithium ion, not even 1% or 2%. Recently, they found it somewhere in Kashmir, but still in the process, not in started. Otherwise, we do not have lithium ion. Then why are you doing research in lithium ion? That's my question. When your country do not have the material and you do research on lithium ion, you publish the paper and Australia is producing 50% of the lithium ion. Who will benefit by your research? Not you, they will benefit. Right? China is producing more than 25% of the lithium ion. Chile is producing. So that means whatever you do research in these materials, you won't benefit, your country won't benefit, somebody will benefit. What India is having, which materials are available, please do research in those domains so that you will benefit, your country will benefit. That's my appeal. What is abundant in India? Sodium. చుట్టూ సముద్రమే కదా మనకి, బందర్ దగ్గరే ఉంది. Okay, so instead of doing research in lithium ion, do it on sodium ion. Then at least, we don't need to import lithium ion. It's abundantly available, and do research. Is that clear what I'm trying to say? So your research should contribute to your own country. And about the solar panels. Once again, before I talk about that, my IoT as a product, the other domain in where AI cannot replace is generation of the power by using solar panels. As on today, Andhra Pradesh is really doing good, but even then, it's hardly nothing, right? As compared to the amount of coal we are burning. But 95% of the solar panels are manufactured by using silicon. Because it is abundant, it is cheap. But what is the efficiency of silicon? Hardly 15%, 16%. So that means still there are some issues where silicon has an upper limit. Beyond that, it won't give you efficiency. So that means still there is a tremendous scope to do lot of research about the other material like cadmium, gallium, and so on. Think of other materials where the efficiency is still around 15-16% only. But look at the great thing about our country. More than 300 days we have a clear sun. No country has this. Entire Europe, 6 months they don't even see the sun. 6 months. అందుకే వాళ్ళంతా మన సైడ్ వస్తారు వింటర్లో. They do not have sun. But the beauty is that we have 300 days of sun, but we are not using that free. సూర్యుడు ఫ్రీగా ఇస్తున్నాడు మీకు, మనం అది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. That's why all these science students should think of greatly contributing how to make use of the solar power, where still today the efficiency is not good. Because see, finally what happens, if I invest a plant by using solar panels, what is the cost? It will cost you very heavy. That's why people are not going for solar. Isn't it? People are not ready, right, for PV panel because it's expensive. Can you reduce the cost? How to reduce the cost? You have to improve the efficiency. Today, if I invest huge, how many years it will take to recover the money? 5 years. Can you make it 3 years, 2 years? Then everybody will start putting solar panels on their rooftops. That's what you are going to greatly contribute to the entire world by working in the areas which is a clean and green energy. All right. The another interesting area is the pharmaceutical industry. Since chemistry is also there, Please understand this. India is very, very popularly known for pharmaceutical industry, undoubtedly. Even Hyderabad itself, so many companies are there where we manufacture a lot of this pharma industry is very good, undoubtedly. We have supplied even COVID, during COVID also vaccine we have supplied to most of the African countries. In that sense, yes, we have nice laboratories, everything is okay. But do you know these APIs, what is called the ingredients which are used in pharma industry, 90% of the industry, 90% of the materials are imported. Entire pharma industry, 90% is imported. We do not have even 10% locally to manufacture those tablets. That too 90%, you know, from where we are importing? From China. Our enemy country. One side our soldiers are fighting, other side we are importing their materials. Understand? So please, it's not only right technology part. Like I told you, the dangerous part of the technology, it is replacing the jobs. But the area where jobs never ever will be replaced, that's the material processing. Material is available, but process and usable form, you need to bring what is called active pharmaceutical ingredients. అంటే మనకు జ్వరం వచ్చిన టాబ్లెట్లో యూజ్ చేసే దాన్ని కూడా మనం చైనా నుంచే ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకోండి. Please understand. So this is where lot of jobs are there and the entire world is looking at India. Please understand this. Now world is not looking at China. They do not want anything to happen in China. For last 20 years they have hugely invested in China, but not now. They are withdrawing because there is a huge groupism has happened. China, Russia, US, మనం ఎటు సైడ్, మనం ఏ సైడు లేదు, మనం ఎవరి సైడు తీసుకో. దట్స్ ద బ్యూటీ ఆఫ్ కంట్రీ. మనం నువ్వు ఫ్రెండ్వే, నువ్వు ఫ్రెండ్, సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. So let noble thoughts from every side. That's the historically, if you look at 10,000 years of Indian culture, Indian history, we never took anybody's side. We are our own. అది అమితాబ్ బచ్చన్ డైలాగ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, నేను అక్కడ నుంచి ఉంటే అక్కడే లైన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. So it's our philosophy, right? Anyhow, so what I'm trying to say is that let's focus the science and not only technology, as a science point of view, where tremendous scope is there because the whole world is looking as a manufacturing point of view in India. But however, where is our weakness? We are having very good pharma industry, but we do not have raw materials. That's the problem. So our focus should be in that domain. And the another area, semiconductor materials. I am telling you, though we don't think that we are manufacturing solar panels, we don't think that we are manufacturing mobile phones. Please understand, we are only assembling the solar panels. We are assembling only the mobile phones. We are not manufacturing none of the ICs. We do not have not even a single company who manufacture the silicon wafers, who does the fabrication of the ICs. Entire world, hardly one or two companies has the ability to convert the silicon into wafers. Only one or two companies. So there's a tremendous scope in terms of materials processing, pre-processing, post-processing, cutting them wafers and so on, where AI is not, technology is not going to replace these kind of jobs. And what is the other beauty of this area? Mass recruitment is possible in these domains. Huge requirement is there because material processing, right, or the other domains, pharma industry, I said, there's a lot, huge employment possibilities are there where you should focus on these things. And the other problem is that silicon has reached to a, I'm sure being a physics student, you can understand, we have reached to a upper limit. Beyond that, you cannot use silicon as a transistor. If you see most of the researchers, no, they are not using silicon, no more. There are some other meta materials they are doing. Problem is, what is the upper limit of switching a transistor? Today, at what speed you are switching the transistor? 4 gigahertz, right? The computer, the i3, i5, i7, with what speed it is working? 3.74 gigahertz. But there will be upper limit, right? Beyond that, I am sure you understand that my physics is very weak. I am sure you better understand the quantum theory. There's a limit. Beyond that, Fermi levels, energy bonds, no, you understand that. Beyond that, it's not possible to switch the transistor. So that means you have to think of some other semiconductor materials. So this is the potential where in terms of, since your conference itself is about the materials, active materials, functional materials, also think in terms of as a manufacturing product perspective where you and your country can be benefited by patenting, not publishing. All right, and coming back to my area, that's about the electronics. In electronics, right, I am working on some products called IoT products. IoT means Internet of Things. Internet of Things. Earlier, we were working on cyber physical systems. Now there is a difference. For several years, we talked about only automation. Right? Can I automate washing machines, air conditioners, refrigerators, industry, how to do the automation. But today what we are talking, it's not just automation. The entire, every product should be connected to internet. Every product. You already seen these things, right? Your air conditioner, now it is called smart AC. Your TV is called smart TV. Everything, your mobile, every product you name, just if you quickly Google it, say smart LED bulb. So what is a smart LED bulb? What is smartness in LED bulb? LED lo smart I don't understand. What is smart LED bulb? What do you expect from LED bulb? Smart? That LED bulb can be switched on or switch off from anywhere in the world. That's called smart LED bulb with intensity, brightness, all this. What do you mean by smart camera? Smart camera means a camera has the ability to detect, not just only taking the image. It has the ability. The algorithm is so smart where it is detecting some theft is happening or somebody has crossed the red light, it will take your vehicle's photograph. So don't think that whole day it is taking the photographs. No, it will take the photograph only when you break the law. That algorithm is inbuilt. Fine, 3,000. So can you think, if it is continuously collecting the information, it is impossible to store the data in the server. Vakka camera, do you understand how much data will come and how many cameras are there in the entire country? Impossible. So what do you want? You store only when something happens. So that is the algorithm inbuilt. Understand? So smartness. So now what we are talking about is all about the smart systems. So this is called Industry 4.0. Your generation is talking about the fourth generation of industry. Earlier generations, what is the first generation? Pure mechanical. Pure mechanical means, at least we have seen in Vijayawada also, at least we have seen the first 1970s, 80s, train means they burn the coal, they will heat some boiler and it will, the water is converted into steam. The same thing, no, steam and there is a piston, some movement will take place. So that is the first generation of automation, converting the energy into mechanical form. But the second generation is electricity, right? Electricity, invention of electricity, 150 or 200 years back, where due to electricity we have these fans, motors, bulbs and all. That is the second automation through motors. Mass production, like sugar industry, paper industry, they all came because of the motors and machines. Third generation is our generation, 1980s, where India, everywhere, computers came, right? Then people started using computers in the industry. In India, first time we have done the railways reservation by using computers. That's the first thing. Otherwise, we used to go to station master used to have a book, a reservation, something like that we used to write. But now through computer it started, they are giving. That's the first automation. Then in 90s, people started making websites. That's called www.com, .com boom. So people are making websites to make some business. That is called third generation. But what is fourth generation? Your generation. What is your generation? Smartness. Every product need to be smart. What do you mean by every product need to be smart? Who is smart? Humans are smart. Only humans are smart in the entire in this globe, among all living things. Humans are smart. అందుకనే మనం ఒకళ్ళొకళ్ళు కొట్టి చేస్తాం. We have destroyed entire earth, animals, environment, everything we have spoiled because humans are smart. But now we want machine to be smart, device to be smart. How much time, sir? 11:10. So I should wind up. Right? Understand the scope. So what is, I will take off. Right? So now what is expected is that's what I told you. Every device people are expecting to be smart. That means the way human can think, the way human can behave, the device should work like that. And it's already happening. See, today people are talking about drones, electrical vehicles, driverless car. Can you imagine driverless car? Can you imagine Andhra Pradesh lo driverless car? Roads has to be there first, then car will work. But people are working on driverless car. So the most toughest artificial intelligence product is a driverless car. The highest level of AI is driverless car. What is the lowest level of AI? What is the lowest level of AI product? Alexa. So in AI, if I want to give an example, lowest level is that Sri or Alexa. Highest level as on today, I believe, is the driverless car. Not the drones, not the satellites, not the missiles or nothing. Only driverless car, because I understand how difficult to drive a car. It's not easy, and that too more than 150 kilometer speed, where a car sensors has to see left, right, front, back. Kinda koda road undali kada. But why it won't work in India? Because you require common sense, and Indian doesn't have common sense. తెలుసు కదా లోగా ఎట్లా చేస్తారో మనకి bikes. Any computer program algorithm works with some assumptions. ఏదైనా యానిమల్, ఇప్పుడు ఎన్టీఆర్ పిల్లలు ఇద్దరు రోడ్ యాక్సిడెంట్లో చనిపోయారు, మీకు తెలుసు కదా. India's richest people died on road accident. Cyrus Mistry, Balasaheb Thackeray's younger son, all Andhra Pradesh minister's son, Narayana's son, right? He died in Hyderabad on road accident. Richest people died on road accident. Do you know what is the cost of their car? 2.5 crores. The BMW version. They still died in spite of having so many safety features. So now that's why I'm saying the challenge of AI, driverless car. Okay, anyhow, I have less time. Let me quickly wind up. If I have something which I didn't speak. Okay, so like I said, please think of in terms of copyrights, patents. Even a single product can have a multiple copyrights possible, multiple patents possible. Even if you are using a mobile phone, please understand, if the mobile phone, why it doesn't have a right angle, it has curve on 4 corners. It is patented. So that means if you want to manufacture a mobile phone with the curves at the 4 corners, you are supposed to pay a lot of money to the person who has patented that. A bicycle seat, do you know how many patents are there? 400 patents are there, only bicycle seat. Do you understand? So, ante even you might have heard about, right? Even tulasi, neem, pasupu, వీటి మీద కూడా అమెరికన్స్ పేటెంట్ చేసి వచ్చారు. అది మన కల్చర్, మనది హిస్టారికల్గా. And they are patenting. Anyhow, we fought it, that's a different matter, but that's the problem. So, if any country is richest, they are richest because of their patents, not because of the manufacturing. Americans are richest because they are the patents. What is the turnover of Apple company? $3 trillion. Apple doesn't manufacture any products. What is the turnover of Nvidia company? $3 trillion. What is the India's economy? $3 trillion. So here 130 crore population country, $3 trillion. Here one company's turnover is $3 trillion. So richest countries are because of the technology, not manufacturing. So that's why copyrights. You should have copyrights. Manufacturing can happen anywhere, but you should have copyrights on the products. So think of in terms of your research, useful to the society, but finally I said it should be patented. Do not do publications. Let me conclude saying that security, you also need to worry in terms of products because people are copying the things. Once I said do patents, but the other part is while developing, particularly for electronic students, while doing products, think of some security features in the product also, because you put lot of efforts in making the product and people are copying your products. Most of the Chinese products are copied products. Adidas, ఇవన్నీ చైనాలో డూప్లికేషన్ దే డూ దట్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రీఇంజనీరింగ్. రీఇంజనీరింగ్ అంటే ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ని ఎదురుగుండా కూర్చోబెట్టుకుని ఎలా కాపీ చేయాలి, అదే వాళ్ళు చేశారు మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద చైనీస్. అండర్స్టూడ్? So how to protect it? Copying. So being electronics also, try to have some security feature so that a common man cannot easily copy your product. At least a common fellow. Because if a richest fellow copy the things, well and good, you can fight in the law, in the court. One day you will win. But a poor fellow, what he will pay? But then he will destroy your product. So make sure some security features are there. So there are some attackers inside, outside. Funded attackers are there. They are copying the products. So try to have one of the feature. I would say what you are supposed to do is, let's say, do you understand this? ఏదైనా ప్రోడక్ట్ మీరు ఓపెన్ చేస్తే ఏదో ఒక తారు డాంబర్ బిందీ లాగా ఉంటుంది. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఐసీ. కానీ మనం ఐసీస్ చూస్తే ఎలా ఉంటాయి అంటే అన్ని సైడ్ల పిన్స్ ఉంటాయి. కానీ ఇది కూడా ఐసీఏ. ప్లీజ్ అండర్స్టాండ్. బట్ ఇది చూడు ఎలా ఉంది. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ SOC, సిస్టమ్ ఆన్ చిప్. అంటే యూ డోంట్ గెట్ ఎనీ డేటా షీట్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్. ఐసీ నెంబర్ కూడా లేదు దాని మీద చూడు. ఏదో డాంబర్ వేసినట్టు, తారు డాట్ వేసినట్టు. That is the security, right? System on chip concepts. And similarly cryptography. Cryptography ante whatever is the programs, whatever is the data you are writing, actually it is encrypted and decrypted, not as it is available. If you go to ATM machine, if you are drawing something, don't think that data is as it is transmitted. It is encrypted and decrypted. So a lot of entire defense, space, nuclear power reactors, all their products are highly secure. So if you are thinking of working towards their projects and products, it's not just I already told you Google search or ChatGPT. You have to think of some inventions and protect your products. Let me conclude and saying that apart from my academics and industry, we also started one skill development center near Nandigama, near Kisara, and 2.5 acres land, where skilling is there, and we are also providing internship programs, particularly for those who are interested in applications of engineering in science. It could be agriculture, it could be horticulture, it could be anything. Why we have started in rural place is because if you want to apply the technology, then you require those facilities, like say for example solar panels or concentrated solar power, agriculture facilities, water facilities. You are supposed to apply these things. So we have provided technology and the nature is available, so you can apply with residential facility. Lot of even girls, Stella College, Loyola College, Vignan, all other students are coming. You can stay 2 months, 6 months, where we don't charge any fees for training. It's a free of cost, except your expenses. Okay, so think of it. And it's also possible called hybrid internship program. Means remotely also you can work. Means once in a while you come there, you test it, go back, have some product in your hand, keep on doing coding. Please understand one thing, whatever may be your background, you should be extremely good coder, number one. Number two, your communication skills should be very good. 90% of the jobs are in service sector. 90% of the jobs, anywhere you go in the world, the jobs are in service sector. That means your communication, presentation, demonstration skills has to be extremely good. Don't think that you have to speak only in English. Even if you speak in Telugu, absolutely no problem. But when you speak, eye-to-eye contact, when you present, your body language, your presentation, communication need to be extremely good. So that is the purpose of what meaning of internship. But unfortunately, in Andhra Pradesh, I don't know, people started internship online. I'm wondering, what is the online internship? ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని ఏదైనా కోర్స్ చేస్తే ఇంటర్న్షిప్ ఎట్లా అవుతుంది? అది కోర్స్ లెర్నింగ్ అవుతుంది. అది ఎప్పుడైనా చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా. Internship means adopting the culture of an organization, industry or whatever. So you have to improve your personality. That is called internship. And upskilling. Why I said everybody need to be a coder, irrespective of your background, because even if you go to schools, you go any international schools, CBSE, whatever, they are starting from 7th standard, these coding skills, Python, Java, and the hardware programming skills. Because technology is everywhere. You already see every product in your house. How many CPUs are there? Hundreds of CPUs are there in your house. In buildings, in fan, now even fan is controlled by a CPU. Everywhere. Tomorrow, if your two-wheeler is not working, don't bend your two-wheeler because it's a battery. Okay, earlier, no, Bajaj and all, we used to bend jesse, we used to start it if it is not working. And the other thing is, if the bike stops, we used to clean the plug, but now there is no plug. So what will be there in electrical vehicle if it is not working? What do you expect? Can you tell me 3 components in electrical vehicle? Battery, motor, sensor. Understood? So how to test a battery? Okay, think of it. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Your insightful and thought-provoking session. Thank you, Dr. Y. Srinivas Garu, for sharing your expertise with us today. The beauty of smart materials, significance of power. Your statement AI is not replacing certain sectors like electronic Sir also emphasizes the statistical data, India total power consumption, average power using, how much amount of power, industrial consumption, etc. Especially in pharmaceutical industries, significance of solar panels, silicon, aluminum, synthetic glass, plastics, some radioactive materials, especially in pharma industries. Thank you, sir. Now, I open the floor for queries. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask.
Any questions? Please. There are only two possibilities. Only understood. Anybody? One question from this side. All right, so healthcare sector. Today, you know, if you want to test your blood pressure, blood glucose, now nobody is going to the pathology laboratories. Hardly 300, 400 rupees, you have a product in your house. You don't need to go to a pathology laboratory. Look at the beauty of the technology. During COVID period also, nobody thought that invention can happen that fast. During COVID period also, the virus can be tested at your house itself, that disposable, what's called lab-on-chip products. Just you insert something and it will show, like we test our urine. Same thing was invented that fast. So, and another beautiful product came in COVID period. Temperature can be sensed without touching. It was there. When I was working in solar industry, I can sense the temperature from remotely also by shooting a gun. Do you know what was the cost of the gun? 90,000 rupees when we were working in industry. And that gun came to a cost hardly less than 1,000 rupees in COVID. Do you know pulse oximeter? Have you ever used pulse oximeter? We thought that pulse oximeter is used only in the intensive care units during some heart surgery or something. In COVID period, pulse oximeter was costing hardly 500 rupees. What is the use of pulse oximeter? Do you know? What is the purpose of pulse oximeter? Why COVID period requires pulse oximeter? What does it indicate? Not heartbeat. Oxygen, percentage of oxygen in your blood. How much oxygen is there in your blood? If you are not affected by COVID, how much oxygen should be there in your blood? About 95%. Due to COVID, if you are affected, means you are not breathing properly. That means oxygen is not mixing with your blood, not saturated. Your oxygen is coming down. So, your lungs are affected. That pulse oximeter is a physics, pure physics. It's a light. One side is a phototransistor, other side is a photodiode. So, I am just highlighting research happens where there is a need. Please understand this. Wherever there is a need, definitely research will happen. Inventions will happen. So undoubtedly healthcare sector also, particularly countries like India, countries like South Africa, badly these kind of products are required because of the huge population, not affordable the way Europeans and US are having. We thought that the best of the best healthcare sector is available in US and Europe, but during COVID period we understood the worst of the worst healthcare sector is available in US and Europe. We were saved. We were literally saved in COVID period, not because of our healthcare sector. It is only and only because of our culture. So healthcare sector is nothing but first strongly believe in your culture. There is used to say now, prevention is better than cure. So instead of eating burgers, pizzas, all these junk food, eat your own homemade food. That itself is a great contribution to your own health. And then, as I said, whatever is the research you would like to do it, think of doing which can help the poorest of the poor people, not the richest of the rich people.
Thank you, sir. With that, we came to the end of this enlightening session. On behalf of our K.B.N. College Department of Physics, Chemistry and Electronics, we express our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Y. Srinivas Garu for taking the time to share his knowledge with us. We also thanks to our wonderful audience for their active participation. Now, it is the time for tea break. It's time for a short tea break. We will again meet within 20 minutes.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Now we have the oral presentations. The first participant is D. Rajeshwari from NIT Warangal. You can start your session.
Good afternoon, one and all who are presented here. Myself, Rajeshwari. I am coming from NIT Warangal. I am the research scholar under the provision of Professor Shyam Prasad. Today I am going to present here my research work, which is titled as Investigations on Solder-Derived Boron-Based Bioactive Glass Particles and Glass Ceramic Particles used for the tissue repair and regeneration applications. So before going to the PPT, the outlines are stated as History of Biomaterials, Introduction, Methodology, Results and Discussion, and then Conclusions, and the future work plan. Okay. So first, History of Biomaterials. So in the last decades, there are some wood implants and iron things like iron implants are used for the repair of the fractures, and there are not interact with the tissues and in a proper way. After 1950, there are developed three generations of biomaterials. The biomaterials in 1969, Larry Hench and his colleagues have developed the biomaterials which are named as bioactive glasses in 19. Developed generations are there. So the first generation are bio-inert materials. Bio-inert materials are the bio-inert materials are the minimal interaction with the tissues. Means it will it just repair the tissues but not regenerate the tissues. After that, the second generation of biomaterials are developed, which are bioactive glasses. Example, hydroxyapatite and bioactive glasses. The bioactive glasses and the hydroxyapatite materials are repair and regenerate the tissues. Okay. After that, the third generation materials are developed, which are biomimetic materials. Biomimetic materials means biomimetic means it will mimic the structure of the human body tissues, like scaffolds, fibers, which are like a ECM structure, extracellular matrix structure in the human body. So up to now, three generation of biomaterials are developed. After that, I have worked on a bioactive glasses. So bioactive glasses are the biomaterials which are developed in 1969 by Professor Larry Hench and his colleagues. So bioactive material, what is bioactive material means? So bioactive materials are the materials which reacts in a biological response, and it will react with the tissue, and which is used in a biomedical application. After there are three types of main bioactive glasses are there, which are silicate based bioactive glasses, borate based bioactive glasses, and phosphate based bioactive glasses. The silicate based bioactive glasses are the first man-made bioactive glasses. After that, the advanced bioactive glasses, which are borate glasses and the phosphate glasses, are developed, because borate bioactive glasses are the high dissolution rates and the high bioactivity, and it will convert the hydroxyapatite layer more faster. Hydroxyapatite layer is nothing but a bone mineral phase. After that, the phosphate bioactive glasses are also developed. Phosphate based bioactive glasses are having high dissolution rate than borate bioactive glasses. If it has a high dissolution rate, then also it will have some lags. So I have chosen borate based bioactive glasses for my work, because borate bioactive glasses are by adding the modifier ions to the borate bioactive glasses, we will control the degradation rate, and we will control the dissolution rates, and faster we will develop the hydroxyapatite through boron bioactive glasses. So now in a recent days, boron bioactive glasses have more and more applications in soft tissue engineering and the hard tissue engineering. But nowadays for the in diabetic patients, there will be a if it causes a wound diabetic chronic wound, it will take a lot of time to recure that. So with the boron bioactive glasses, we will recure that wound as soon as possible with these glasses. After that, objectives of my work is synthesis of boron-based bioactive glasses and study the structural and morphological and crystallization with changing the temperature. After that, characterizations I have done for this like XRD, FTIR, FESM and zeta potential. After that, I have done the biological tests for these. The sample is used for the biomedical applications or not. This is the synthesis process of boron-based bioactive glasses. There are different synthesis methods are there, which are melting quenching and the sol gel, flame space synthesis and the microemulsion technique. Through that, I have selected the sol gel method, because sol gel method, if we do the synthesis through the sol gel method, we will get a homogeneous and we will get a particles in a nano range. If we do the synthesis through the melt quenching method, we will prepare a bulk samples. In this, we will get a samples in a nano range and nanoparticles. After preparing the bioactive glass powder, we will immerse the samples in a SBF solution. SBF means simulated body fluid. Simulated body fluid is nothing but a human blood plasma, which is having a pH range of 7.4. I have prepared this simulated body fluid through according to the Kukubu methodology, and will use these chemicals for the SBF preparation, and have prepared the SBF solution. And after preparation of SBF solution, I have immersed my bioactive glass samples in the SBF solution, and the prepared samples are incubated at 37 degrees for the different time intervals like 3 days, 7 days, 14 days and 21 days. After that, results and discussions. In these results and discussions, I have done the characterizations, FESM, XRD, elemental mapping, zeta potential. Through the FESM analysis, I have confirmed the morphology of my samples. In this, I got flower-like structures for the 600 sample. After that, I have converted these glasses into glass ceramics. Here in XRD, in B600 sample, there are two humps are there, which represents the amorphous nature of the glass. So at 600, the borate glass is formed. After that, at 750, it will converted into crystalline nature. Means the glass is converted into the ceramic nature. After that, it will converted into the pure ceramic. And through FESM, for the glass sample only, I got a flower-like structure. After that, for 650, 700, 750, 800, I got agglomerated particles. Through the elemental mapping, I have confirmed the elements which are presented in my composition. Through the zeta potential, I have confirmed the surface charge of the sample, which are in a range between -12 MV to millivolts to the 30 millivolts. For borate bioactive glasses, it will range from -12 millivolts to the 30 millivolts. These are the biological studies which I have done for my samples. So through the cell viability assay, I will check my samples are toxic or not. Through this, I have confirmed my samples are non-toxic to the nature, because if the cell viability is less than 70%, then it will represent as a toxic. It will represent in a toxic in nature. So my samples are having a cell viability above the 70%, so it is in a non-toxic nature, and the cell viability percentage above the 100%, which will represent as cell proliferation. It will proliferate and it will reepithelialization of tissues. And this is the hemolysis test which I have done for my sample for the toxic or non-toxic. This hemolysis I have done in my lab with the red blood cells, with the red blood cells. This is the that red one is the positive one, and another one is negative. If it is represented like red positive, it will have a hemolysis, means which is toxic in which we will place in our body. So my samples are represent as a negative, means it is a non-toxic nature. These are the XRD, FSM and FTIR analysis after immersion in SBF. So after immersion in SBF, I have confirmed the hydroxyapatite layer formation for my samples. Through this XRD, I have confirmed the hydroxyapatite peaks which are presented at 25.9 degrees, 27 degrees, 31 degrees, 45 degrees and 56 degrees, which are represented as hydroxyapatite peaks according to the JCPDS number. After that, through this FSM analysis, I have confirmed the hydroxyapatite bonds, means the phosphate bonds, carbonate bonds. So in this, I got a phosphate bonds at 565 and 605 centimeter inverse, and the carbonate groups at 882, 1402, 1420 centimeter inverse, which are represented as hydroxyapatite bonds, means phosphate bonds and the carbonate bonds. And through the FSM, I got a hydroxyapatite crystals like in a large needle and in rod type shapes. These are the applications of bioactive glasses. So bioactive glasses are used in orthopedic, dental and the skin applications, which are I mainly used my bored bioactive glasses for the tissue, soft tissue engineering applications, for the wound healing applications. If we place these bioactive glasses in the wound, on the wound, it will interact with the body tissues and it will exchange the ions from the glass particles and it will cure very faster. These are the conclusions. The conclusions are highly in vitro and the biocompatible materials are formed through this Sogel method synthesis. After that, the samples are characterized through the FSM, XRD, FTIR, zeta potential, and the hydroxyapatite formation is confirmed by the these crystallization phases and the hydroxyapatite bonds. And the investigated cytotoxicity and the cell viability are confirmed. Our samples are non-toxic in nature. Next, the future work plan. So my future work plan is I have to add these bioactive glasses with the polymer, and I have to produce a bioactive glass nanofibers, because if we implant this bioactive glass powder directly into our body, it has some lack of structural support and it will cause some toxicity. That's why I have to prepare nanofibers, because it has a structure like human body tissues. The bioactive glass nanofibers are the nanofibers with a diameter in range of nanometer to the micrometers. Why bioactive glass nanofibers means these nanofiber structures are highly fitted to the extracellular matrix structure in human body tissue structures. This is the synthesis method which I have trial for my samples. I have added this bioactive glass powder with a polymer, and I have prepared the I have to prepare the bioactive glass nanofibers through the electrospinning method. And these nanofibers are different applications in the biomedical field, which are tissue engineering, wound healing, and the nerve regeneration, cosmetics, and drug delivery applications. Thank you. Any questions, please ask.
Very good. Any questions? Actually, this one is new to you. So, if you want any doubts, yeah.
So nice presentation, very interesting topic.
Thank
We have a small doubt, it's not query, it's just to know about how you prepared these glass ceramics. So initially they are glasses.
Yes.
So how to make them into glass
By changing the
ceramics?
calcination temperature, I have converted that glasses into the glass ceramics.
So how much temperature you give into that system to convert them glasses into glass
At
ceramics?
600 degrees centigrade, I have conformed my glass sample, which is bored glass.
Okay.
After that, I have increased it 50 degrees, 50 degrees, 50 degrees.
So-
At 750 degrees, I have confirmed that the glass material is changing into the glass.
So the nomenclature B650, 700, that's represent the temperature. So
Yes,
we
sir,
thought of
yes.
composition difference, but actually it is related temperature.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And what about the soil method, the purity of the sample? Maybe because in soil method you are mixing with secure component, so the part of that compound will exist in the glass sample.
I can't understand.
So since you are mixing with hydroxy elements and all this case.
No, sir. I have used my glass composition only. With that, I have added ammonia
Okay.
to get the to remove the impurities.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, congratulations to you and your supervisor Shyam Garu, our good friend. I have one thing to ask. So you concluded that the sample you prepared can be treated for the wounds, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you have any experimental evidence for that? Have you tested anything?
In vitro study we done, sir.
In vitro,
but
okay, that's different. But for application purpose.
For the application purpose, we have done the hemolysis and the cell viability assessor.
Okay.
Through that, we confirmed that our samples are toxic or non-toxic.
Non-toxic.
If we place it inside in our body.
I'm asking about the curability. You said it can cure the wounds.
Yes, sir.
So how we
sir.
come to the conclusion?
Sir, according
Okay,
This-
you have gone beyond that. Okay, it's okay. Do it.
Thank you. Such a nice session. Thank you, audience. So now we are giving a lunch break. So sharp 1:30 p.m. you will meet here. Okay? Thank you.